Hello guys, Afferdin here. Today I'm going to be explaining the 2024 United States presidential election and who I personally think you should vote for. Now we have two great candidates here, both with outstanding political backgrounds, but only one will come out on top. Now to start, we have George Washington. He is considered one of the greatest presidents of all time. He served his term in the late 1780s and the early 1790s. However, there are some problems with his campaign. The main glaring issue is that he's actually a ghost. He is not a live human being, and this is going to make him run into some issues. Now, to go to our next candidate, we have the current U.S. President, Kanye West. Kanye won the 2020 presidential election in a landslide victory over Ghost Abe Lincoln. He's the only president to use the Oval Office as a recording studio, and he promises if he wins this election, he will make the phrase "Good morning" illegal. Now, something I want to discuss here is a campaign slogan controversy that has been sweeping the nation over the past couple of weeks. Both Kanye and Ghost George have made very, very controversial slogans for their campaign. I'm going to start off with Washington, whose slogan has been heavily criticized by House Republicans as not being with the times. The phrase he used has been labeled misogynistic and sexist by many in the country. However, he does not seem to want to change the phrase. His lack of a campaign manager and lack of an understanding of the past 2 centuries of culture are surely going to cost him some major issues with his campaign. Now on to Kanye. Kanye's slogan has arguably caused more of a kerfluffle than his opponents. Kanye has been accused of generalizing an entire race. Senate and House Democrats have both accused Kanye of being racially insensitive to ghosts. This will surely cost him in the election. Kanye will likely lose a lot of the ghost population's vote, as well as the mummy and vampire population's vote, as they usually side with the ghost party. Now I want to talk about some controversial moments from the two candidates, which have gotten them both in a lot of hot water. Now these candidates both have been really trying their best to run their campaign in today's modern society, but it's really been hard. So I'm going to start with George Washington. Now, his big thing is that he just really doesn't know a single thing about today's society. And he got in a lot, and I mean a lot of trouble when he was at the 2024 Democratic presidential debate. And he stated on air that he has no idea what an Obama is. Now, this was a quite really insensitive statement from candidate Washington. He was the president for 8 years. Both Washington and Obama. But Obama was president for 8 years, and for Washington to not even know what an Obama is and to refer to him as an object really is not looking good for his campaign. But to go over to Kanye, who has not been short of quite controversial moments himself, he's actually building a church on the moon, which is costing $16 billion from the U.S. taxpayers' money. A lot of people are not happy about this, as there's still a lot of underfunded inner city schools that the money could have gone to that. However, he's deciding to build a church on the moon in case, quote, aliens want to praise the Lord. Now I want to bring up the best moments of each of their campaigns. I'll start with George. As soon as George came back to us in ghost form, he stated that he wanted to get some revenge on them darn Redcoats. He called upon the U.S. military to steal Big Ben from Britain and place it in D.C. This has been seen as a truly, truly patriotic act on George's part and an inspiration to us all. It really is such an American thing to do, to steal Big Ben and put it right in DC. Now for Kanye's best moment, I chose the Yeezy Elementary School Defense Act. This was an executive order put in place by Kanye to allocate trillions of dollars for the elementary school defense budget. This showed the American people that Kanye truly was a man that wanted to help out the youth of America. So now that we have seen both candidates, ups and downs, pros and cons, who do we vote for? It really is a tough question, and either way, I think we're going to have a great president for the next 4, possibly 8 years if Washington gets elected. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, who I think the American population should vote for in the 2024 election. I think that you should vote for none other than the great Papa John. You heard me right, Papa John. I think that we should vote for Papa John for the 2024 election. Now here's why. Kanye, he's been an alright president, but he hasn't really done that much for us. And I mean, George Washington's pushing 300 years old, and he's kind of starting to lose it. So I think that we should vote for a great leader who is Papa John.